These are the 10 best tips that pros use to win every fight. I promise you guys, if you use every single one of these tips, you'll become a better fighter. All of these tips are used by pros every day on a daily basis. The first tip is the Snail Method. The Snail Method will teach you how to counter being pressured. The Snail Method is used by various pros. They use it to relieve pressure from them when they're getting pressured by an opponent and to get trade damage on them. The Snail Method has various angles you could take shots from. You can even go out the top and be able to get another shot at your opponent. Tip 2 is a very important tip. Many pros use it on a daily basis to phase in their opponent's box. They know how to properly phase into their box and be able to get a kill very fast and be able to finish the fight fast. But one phase you do not want to do is using the stare. Using the stare is very obvious and everyone knows they could just pre-fire it to counter it. I've auto-reviewed all the best pros in the world, and one thing they do different is how they approach a wall. There's various ways how to approach a wall, but one way is not to just approach whatever wall you're trying to push straight on. You want to take a diagonal approach and smack on their wall, see if they edit, but if they don't, just take it. You can always take a right-hand peek whenever you're trying to push a wall. It'll give you advantage, especially when you're coming from a diagonal. One of the best advantages you can always have in a fight is a right-hand peek. There's tons of variations of peeks you can take, but you always want to make sure whatever peek you take, it gives you an advantage. Do not make a wide edit when your opponent is just sitting there with their shotgun out. Just make sure you can get behind an angle and take a shot at them without them doing damage back to you. When we're talking about the subject of right-hand peeks, you need to know about peeker's advantage. Peeker's advantage is whoever is edging the wall will have their shotgun pull out other than the person trying to pickaxe the wall shotgun. So there's a skill that you can learn that I'm about to show you right now. Ghost hitting. Ghost hitting will bait your opponent into editing because they will think you're trying to swing on their wall when you could fake hit it and just pull out your shotgun and get damage on them. Ghost hitting is not very hard. All you have to do is go from right when your pickaxe is about to hit the wall, just switch to your shotgun and it should not do damage to the wall. Another very good peek I have is this stare peek right here. It's a very good way when opponent's full box with you to get damage on them without trading any damage. Placing builds in the enemy's box. There's various ways you could do. If your enemy is on high ground, you could always just place a build into their box from below. There's various ways you could also do this. If your enemy is going to make a wide edit, just like I show here, all you have to do is hold your ramp out and just place one in their box. And this will give you a right-hand peek to get options, or you could go outside and take a peek like that. There's all different things you could do when placing builds in the enemy's box. You can always look for piece control after putting a cone in someone's box because it'll leave them wide open and it'll force them to go a certain way. There's lots of various ways to outplay your opponent, and one way is edit baiting. Edit baiting is you could go on one side of a wall and act like you're about to go out, and your main wall, you will just edit wide on them and hit a massive pump on them. There's various ways of doing this. There's another way, it's going on a right-hand peek, making them think you're about to go for a jump shot, edit out the other side of the wall, and hit a massive pump on them. There's different type of edit baiting, and this edit baiting you do not want to do. Just spam editing back and forth and back and forth. All they gotta do is just shoot your wall and it's gone, and you're just left there vulnerable. So please do not spam edit like this. It's gonna get you killed 9 out of 10 times. Now let me show you a good way of edit baiting. This is a good way of edit baiting. You can take someone's wall and then flash a peanut butter and reset it really quick, and it will force them to shoot the wall. They will be trying to pre-fire you. This next tip is very important and will help you win a lot of fights very quicker and help relieve pressure off you. Pre-fires. Pre-fires are very important to help win fights, and even if you have a lot of pressure on you, it can relieve the pressure or even eliminate the opponent in a one fight. And learning how to be able to predict when a pre-fire, it's not that hard. Whenever your opponent is about to edit, their builds will pull out, and it's pretty easy to see it through the wall. Put pressure on your opponent, and they will usually run up to the wall with their builds out. Another key thing you need to do is make sure your crosshair is always on your opponent's head, even through builds. Even if you're healing, just have your icon right on their head. So all you gotta do is switch to your shotgun, and the moment that wall breaks, is hit their head. Tip 8 is something that I saw improvement in right when I started using it. It helped me become better instantly, and I've been winning way more fights since I've been using this. Where to piece control. Where to piece control really depends on who you're playing and how they're playing, and what type of playstyle they got and where you need to go based on how they've been playing. If you're fighting an opponent and you know you have certain walls on them and they only have a single wall they can go out, once you take that wall, they're going to instantly go for their last exit they have. So you want to pre-piece that instantly. Like whichever way their body movement's going, you want to pre-piece that no matter what. And if you guys need a routine on how to go pro in weeks or even days, that'll be down in the description for my video. This is the second to last final tip for you guys. Angle switching. Angle switching is taking different angles on your opponent's box. They will never be able to instant edit on you. Just keep taking different angles and even pre-piece exits. Tip 10. Tip 10 is one of the simplest tips yet, but it works so well. Thinking rather than doing. Thinking rather than doing will help you make smarter edits and know when to take a fight and when not to. Thinking about if you should jump in this box or if you shouldn't jump in this box is a good thing to think about before jumping in. When piece controlling someone, think about what edit you can make so that they take damage and you don't. You want to make the edits and place builds exactly and precisely where you want to win every fight. So a good thing to do is constantly thinking about where your opponent's about to be at and try editing where they're gonna be at to predict them. Alright everyone, this video is coming to an end. I want to thank you guys for liking and subbing. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys drop a sub because at 1K, I will be playing with everyone. So yeah, peace.